Sorry, my arm is messed up.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
What a shame. It has come at a real cost. She can't continue.
Have you done testing?
You must immediately cease all activities and concentrate, as we have just witnessed one of the most peculiar events to date. The matches of the entire WTA season thus far have been tactically brilliant. Alexandra Eala did not only enter the court in Dubai, but she also played a match. She executed a calculated dismantling of her opponent, which culminated in one of the most unexpected and precipitous retirements in recent years. Welcome back to the channel where we analyze the game within the game. Today, our attention is solely on the confrontation between the American powerhouse Hailey Baptiste and the Filipino sensation Alexandra Eala. A match that was intended to be a war, but instead evolved into a contest of strength. And if you believe that this was merely a fortunate victory, you are not paying attention to the details. Eala's performance in the first set was nothing short of a masterclass in exposing a vulnerability. Let's set the scene properly because the context here is absolutely vital. This is a WTA 1000 event. This is the major leagues. The money is substantial, the points are substantial, and the strain is oppressive. Aya walks out onto the court and the first thing you notice is the throng. Dubai is essentially a home tournament for her due to the substantial Filipino expat community. The host of the video mentions that the stadium was filled for her match, more than any other match that day. Think about the pressure that places on a young player. Thousands of people screaming your name, expecting you to triumph. Most teenagers would crumble under that weight. But Eala used it as propellant. She didn't appear nervous. She looked locked in. And that mental fortitude is the first sign that she is ready for the next level. Now, let's get into the tactical warfare because this is where Eala won the match before Baptiste even retired. Hailey Baptiste is known for her heavy striking. She has a massive forehand and a big first serve, but she has a conspicuous weakness, and that is her movement and her second serve. Eala and her coaching team obviously did their homework because from the very first point, Eala had one goal and one goal only, attack the second serve. The host of the video uses the term mauled to describe what Eala was doing to Baptiste's second serve. And he is 100% correct. Every time Baptiste missed a first serve, you could see Eala step inside the baseline. Her eyes lighted up and she punished the ball. She didn't just put it back in play. She blasted returns deep to the corners, forcing Baptiste to scramble immediately. There was a specific moment in the match at 4-3 in the first set where this strategy utterly broke Baptiste. Baptiste missed a first serve and Aya crushed a return victor. Then Baptiste missed another first serve and Aya forced an error. It was relentless. It was suffocating. And you could see the body language of Baptiste change. She started hurrying. She started overhitting and she started panicking because she knew that if she didn't strike that first serve, she was going to lose the point. Eala took away her safety net. She made Baptiste feel like she was walking on a tight rope without a restraint, and that kind of psychological pressure is what leads to physical breakdowns. Let's talk about the forehand battle because this was fascinating to witness. Baptiste has the sheer power. She can smash the ball harder than Eala, but Eala has the lefty advantage and the superior court coverage. There were rallies where Baptiste would make a massive shot into the corner and Eala would just glide over there and send it back with interest using Baptiste's own pace against her. The host noted that Baptiste struggles when she is on the run, particularly on the forehand side. And Eala exploited that ruthlessly. She kept moving the ball side to side, making Baptiste work for every single point, depleting her energy bar little by little. It was like watching a boxer fighting a heavy hitter. Eala didn't attempt to trade knockout blows. She just continued jabbing and moving until her opponent couldn't stand up anymore. The first set scoreline of 6-4 might appear close on paper, but if you watch the match, it felt like Eala was in control of the crucial moments. She converted 2 out of her 3 breakpoint opportunities, which is elite efficiency when she had the opportunity to kill the set. She didn't hesitate. She hit a forehand cross-court victor on set point. That was absolute art. It painted the line and left Baptiste standing there watching. That strike was a statement. It said, "I am not here to participate. I am here to subjugate." And it secured the first set, which is so often the deciding factor in these grueling WTA contests. Now, we have to address the elephant in the room, the retirement. The match ended in the most anticlimactic manner possible. Baptiste just walked to the net and shook palms. No medical hiatus. No trainer on the court for 20 minutes. Just I'm done. The confusion on the commentary feed was palpable. The host was screaming, "What the hell just happened?" And honestly, we were all thinking the same thing. But as the dust subsided, it was revealed that Baptiste was suffering from an abdominal injury. Now, let's connect the dots here. Remember how Eala was attacking the serve. Remember how Baptiste was struggling to place her first serve. An abdominal injury makes it exceedingly painful to serve. It creates a delay in your motion. It kills your velocity. So, in a sense, Eala's strategy of attacking the serve actually exacerbated the injury by forcing Baptiste to hit more second serves. By making her reach and stretch for returns, Eala placed more stress on that injured area. It is a grueling sport. Tennis is gladiatorial in that sense. If you scent blood, you attack the wound. And Eala, whether she knew about the injury or not, played the ideal game plan to exploit a physically compromised opponent. Baptiste retired because she knew she had zero chance of winning that match without a serve. Eala had taken away her only weapon and left her defenseless. I want to give recognition to Alexandra Eala's focus here because it is very easy to get distracted when your opponent is struggling. When you see someone wincing or moving sluggish, you can lose your own rhythm. You can start playing down to their level. But Eala stayed the course. She kept striking her spots. She kept moving her feet. And she kept the intensity elevated. She didn't give Baptiste a single inch of breathing room to perhaps recover or gain a second wind. That is the deadly instinct that we have been waiting to see from her. In the past, she might have led opponents back into matches, but in Dubai, she slammed the door shut and closed it. Let's also speak about what this win means for her ranking and her career trajectory. Getting a victory at a WTA 1000 event is massive. These are the tournaments that define your season. By advancing to the second round, she secures valuable points that will push her closer to the top 100, closer to direct entrance into Grand Slams, and closer to being a household name globally, not just in the Philippines. Every victory at this level validates the work she has been putting in at the Rafa Nadal Academy. It validates the sacrifices her family has made, and it proves that she belongs on the court with the greatest players in the world. The host of the video made an interesting comparison regarding Eala's next opponent, Jasmine Paolini, observing that Paolini is a similar player to Aorio, who Eala has struggled against, but here is the difference. A is coming off a short match. She played one set in a jiffy. She is new. She has a full tank of petrol. Meanwhile, the remainder of the field is grinding through three-set wars. This retirement from Baptiste is a blessing in disguise. It saves Eala's legs for the much tougher physical conflict ahead. She gets to practice, she gets to recover, and she gets to scout her next opponent while everyone else is sweating it out in the Dubai heat. There is also the narrative of serendipity that haters might try to use. They might say, "Oh, she only won because Baptiste retired." Do not listen to that commotion. Eala claimed the first set fair and square. She was up a break in the second set, or effectively in control. She was dominating the match on merit. The retirement was just the final surrender. You create your own luck in tennis by being prepared and by being physically strong. Baptiste came through qualifiers and her body broke down. Eala was fit, primed, and resilient. Availability is the greatest ability, and Eala was the better athlete on the day. Period. I was notably impressed by Eala's backhand down the line in this match. It is a strike that is becoming a real weapon for her. The host shouted out a few winners she hit off that wing, and it opens up the court so well for her because she is a lefty. The cross-court forehand is her natural heavy stroke. But when she can flatten out that backhand and go down the line, it freezes opponents. Baptiste didn't know which way to incline. She was getting caught flat-footed continually. And that variety is what separates Eala from the ball bashers. She has touch, she has angles, and she has the IQ to use them at the right moments. We also have to acknowledge the atmosphere again because I believe it will play a huge role going forward. The home court advantage in Dubai is true. The applause for every point Eala won were deafening. That kind of vitality lifts you up when you are tired. It intimidates the opponent. Baptiste must have felt like she was playing the villain in a movie. Everywhere she glanced, there were people rooting against her. Eala embraced that energy. She grinned. She fist-pounded. She engaged with the audience. She understands that she is an ambassador for her country and she carries that responsibility with grace. Seeing her celebrate the win even though it was a retirement, demonstrated her class. She checked on her opponent, but she also acknowledged her supporters. So, looking at the metrics from the first set, Eala's unforced errors were low. Her winner count was robust. But the most important stat was the breakpoint conversion. Converting 2 out of 3 is championship-level efficiency. Often young players get tense on breakpoints. They attempt to do too much or they play too passive hoping for a mistake. Eala played those points with aggression. She took the racket out of Baptiste's hands, and that is the sign of a maturing player. She isn't waiting for you to lose. She is going out there to triumph. The abdominal injury for Baptiste is unfortunate and we wish her a rapid recovery because she is a talented player with a bright future. But tennis is a brutal game of attrition. The fact that Eala was able to physically outlast a player who is arguably stronger and more potent than her speaks volumes about her conditioning. She looks leaner, she looks quicker, and she looks ready to run for 3 hours if necessary. That fitness base is what allows her to execute her game plan. You can't make precise shots if your legs are heavy. And Eala's legs looked nimble and explosive all match long. So to sum up this specific encounter, it was a victory of strategy over power, a victory of fitness over fatigue, and a victory of mental toughness over frustration. Alexandra Eala walked into the lion's lair and came out without a scratch. She mauled the second serve. She controlled the baseline, and she broke her opponent's will to persevere. You cannot ask for a better start to a tournament than that. And if she applies this same level of focus and aggression to the next round against Paolini, we might be witnessing a deep run that shocks the world. I want to know what you guys think about the match. Did you believe Eala was going to win even if Baptiste didn't retire? And how pleased were you by her return game attacking that second serve? Sound off in the comments below because I want to hear your analysis. Make sure you like this video so we can keep bringing you these depth dives into the rising stars of the WTA. Subscribe if you haven't already and press that bell so you don't miss the breakdown of the next round. Thanks for viewing, and remember, in tennis the match isn't over until the handshake.